meat pie and cake. I will urge all students to be attentive to this particular class while your facilitator in person of Mr. Samuel Ogudino, who is going to take the class. So pay attention attentively and go along with him. Wishing you all the best for the session. Thank you.
Good afternoon, students. My name is Samuel. So this semester we'll be looking at how to make meat pie and cake. So firstly, we'll start with meat pie. So the ingredient that we are going to use, we'll be making use of mixed meat. This is the meat. It's already mixed. What did I mean by mixed meat? It's already mixed like this with the use of mixer. You can use mixer to grind it, or if you have an industrial blending machine, blender. So we'll need red pepper, green pepper, spring onion, Irish potato and carrot, flour, Maggi, curry, salt, mixed milk, corned beef for the meat pie. So please follow us. So firstly, you dry pot on the fire. You put your vegetable oil. You add onion. After adding the onion, you add your meat. And you stir. After adding your meat, you add your green pepper, the red pepper, your Maggi, you add curry, and salt. You add your corned beef. So you stir all together. After stirring it, you add your Irish potato and carrots. I just added water to it to cook. The carrot and the Irish potato have been cooked, boiled already. It's already done. It's ready to eat like this. So you can't use it raw. You have to first of all cook it first. You boil it before we can make use of it. Just finish with the filling. So let's move to the dough. This is the dough. We'll be making use of flour, butter, salt, baking powder, and milk flavor. So this is how it goes. So you first of all measure your flour. You sieve it, you measure it with the use of scale. So this flour is 1 kg. Need 1 kg plain flour, all-purpose flour. 500 grams of margarine. Each sachet is 250 grams. The two makes it to be 500 grams. And we also need pinch of salt and small, let's say like half tablespoon of milk flavor and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. You add your salt, baking powder, the milk flavor, and butter. Then you start to combine the two together, the butter, the flour, salt, milk flavor, you combine everything together. And yet, at the end of it, it will look like breadcrumbs. The same way you prepare your chin-chin before you add in water. We are adding our water now. So you add the water little by little, because it must not add too much of water, so that it won't be much. Continue combine everything together until it becomes a dough. You can see that everything is already combined. If you are preparing this, the best water to use is a very cold water. But if you don't see a very cold water, you can also use a room temperature water. But you can now put your dough in a nylon and store in refrigerator for, let's say, 10 to 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes before use. So after this is our filling. It's already done, and this is also the dough. So you roll it out with the use of your rolling pin. We have different type of rolling pin. This is a candle rolling pin. This is called candle rolling pin. We have the wooden type. So you roll it out. We have the meat pie cutter, what we call meat pie cutter. There is the meat pie cutter. This is an example of meat pie cutter. We have it in different sizes. So you put your filling and you close. So that's the outcome. Right now, so it's ready to bake.
Yeah, more.
So you have to preheat your oven before you start putting in your meat pie. So we'll be moving to cake baking. Firstly, what do we understand by baking of cake? Cake is like a science. It's also, I usually tell people that cake is also like a mathematics. Once you meet the calculation, once you meet your recipe, the results you are going to get will not be the accurate type. And there are so many things to look at in baking cakes. You have to understand your ingredients, the tools, the measurements must be very, very accurate. These are the things you have to know about baking. And the basic ingredients you will need for baking is egg, we need meat flavor, baking powder, we also need butter. We need butter, we need flour, sugar, and flavor. Flavor, we have it in different types, different fragrance. We have the butterscotch, we have milk nuts, we have vanilla flavor, we have strawberry flavor, and so on. The basic tools that we are going to use, we'll need a measuring scale. We'll make use of our measuring scale, our mixer, the Cornet knife, the turning table. We'll need our baking pan, measuring spoon and cup, tape rule, rolling pin. We'll need our measuring spoon and cup. We'll need wheat cutter and the likes. So let's start the baking now. So we'll be baking a cake of 250 grams. 250 grams of butter, 250 grams of flour, 150 grams of sugar, and then we'll also need 250 grams of egg. So let's start. With the help of our mixer, we are mixing our sugar and butter. Our sugar and butter, you mix your sugar and butter first. You mix it to be very, very fluffy. That is already mixing, combining together the butter and the sugar. Very hard in your flavor. The best way to measure your egg, for example, your recipe can call for 250 grams of egg or 500 grams of egg. The best way to measure your egg is you break the egg and you pour in a measuring bowl. If you weigh your egg with the shell, it will not give you the accurate measurement of what the recipe calls for, because its shell itself have its own weight. Then if you weigh it with the shell, you will not get the accurate measurement. So the best way to measure, you break the egg, then you measure. For example, some recipe will call for you will say something like making use of 10 eggs. They will ask you to use 10 eggs, and they will even write that you make use of 10 large eggs. For example, their own large eggs might be bigger than this, and this is what you are saying. So it's better for you to break and measure. instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's better for you to break it and measure in grams. We pour into our egg. We pour, before pouring our egg into the mixture, the flour, the sugar and the butter. You first of all whisk the egg with the help of whisker. This is called whisker. We have it in different sizes. So you first of all whisk the egg. You whisk it very well. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Also 1 tablespoon of milk flavor. For better aroma. Whisk your egg you have to whisk it until it's look foamy. So you are incorporating egg into it. The best way to do this is to make use of mixer to do it. But if you don't have a mixer, you can make use of your whisking whisker, the egg whisker. So when it's ready, you pour alternatively. Then you mix. You then pour the flour too. You can also add nutmeg. Nutmeg is not available here. You can add nutmeg to it if you wish. So this is called simple sponge cake. This is sponge cake, and we have different type of cakes. We have sponge cake, we have vanilla cake, we have strawberry cake, we have red velvet, we have black forest, fruit cake, light fruit cake. We have it in different types. This is sponge cake. It's the easiest ever that you can make at home and even for your customer. So I just add in flavor now. That's butterscotch. I've added vanilla flavor before. I'm adding butterscotch. So it's possible you can mix your flavor. You don't want to use just only one flavor. You can mix your flavor. Like 2, 3 types of flavor. So we are done with this now. We are done with the cake. This is the cake. So we'll have to bake it now. If you want to bake your cake, there is a pan. There is a pan. We have different type of pan. This is an example of industrial pan. This is a 6 inches size pan. So if you want to bake your cake, you first of all cream the pan with butter before pouring in the cake. As you can see, the pan is already creamed with butter. So our cake is going. We are now pouring it in the pan. pie is already in the oven. So along the way, for it to look shiny, you break egg, you whisk the egg and brush the meat pie with the egg for it to look shiny on the top. You repeat this after 10 minutes. So our cake already went into the oven. To cake decorating. In cake decorating, you need the simple basic ingredients we are going to need is this. We'll need butter, we'll need our icing sugar, the flavor, and any type of color, food color. We have different ways of covering cake. This is buttercream. We have the one we call fondant. We also cover cake with whipped cream, and we cover cake with Crisco shortening, vegetable shortening, and the likes. The tools that we'll need for the covering, we'll be making use of palette knife, turning table, cake board, and the likes, piping bag, to the other tools, different type of nozzles. We also need nozzle. So in preparing your buttercream, you first of all pour in your butter into a bowl. You mix it until it looks fluffy. Then you start adding your icing sugar little by little, and you combine the two together. So you can add any type of flavor you want. This is a vanilla flavor. You add little to it. If you have mixer, you can make use of your mixer to mix. So after mixing it, this is what it looks like. This is called buttercream. Some people call it butter icing. This is it. This is our cake. This is called.
Wait. Indicate.
All right. This, in the respect of we are still waiting for our cake to get done. This is dummy, cake dummy. As you can see, you see that is in form of cake. This is in form of cake, and we want to cover it with the ready-made buttercream. So this is how you cover your cake. You can start from the top.
You are recording.
As you can see with this simple cover, you see that the cake is ready for any type of event, maybe birthday or naming ceremony and the likes. So let's decorate it a little. So, with the use of nozzle and piping bag, you can also decorate a cake like this. You also add, this is called sprinkles. With this, you can see that our birthday cake is ready. So it's ready to be cut and shared. So that will be the end of our class. So this is the end product of our meat pie. You can see it's ready. You can see. So this is our meat pie, this is our cake. So thank you for listening. God bless you.